Greetings, everyone. It's my pleasure to share some thoughts with us on men's health challenges against the background that this is a gathering of men. And I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation on this subject, and I'm just trying to give you an overview, a short overview, to facilitate your understanding of the contents of the PowerPoint presentation. Now, we do know that in every culture, men function as the heads of their homes, and that's in line with scripture, Ephesians 5:22-24. Again, there is a saying that on his head lies the head that wears the crown. Therefore, it's not surprising that men tend to have more significant health challenges than women. And almost every condition, every medical condition or disease condition, as studies in Europe have found, men are more commonly affected than women. And even where both men and women are affected, disease condition tends to run a more severe course in men than women. Some of that may be due to genetic disposition. Of course, men have the XY gene and the women XX gene, and also hormonal changes. The female hormone estrogen tends to be protective against cardiovascular diseases. By that I mean disease conditions of the heart and blood vessels. Okay, and in the premenopausal stage, where the level of estrogen is high, you find that women tend to have advantage as far as health issues are concerned over men. Okay, which tends to they tend to lose after menopause as estrogen levels go down. Now, I've also talked about some of the reasons why this happens, cultural reasons that is. Men tend to ignore their health challenges because of the macho culture of men. They want to feel strong, they want to stay strong, even when they are suffering from one disease condition, until it is very late before they present to hospitals. And that's fortunate. Women are more likely to present earlier. Again, men tend to indulge in alcohol more than women. And of course, cigarette smoking is more common in men than women. Okay, so, and another factor is that men tend to eat the wrong kinds of food, talking about diet, than women. So some of these are the reasons why you have, men being more prone to health risks than women. Now, I talked about the reason why we should measure on vegetable diet. Vegetable diet is rich in phytochemicals which tend to protect us against the waste products the body produces, which we call free radicals. Unlike red meat, which you get from cow, from goats and lamb, that contain what we call nitrosamines. These nitrosamines are actually the ones that help produce rich in phytochemicals which tend to protect us against the waste products the body produces, which we call free radicals. Unlike red meat, which you get from cow, from goats and lamb, that contain what we call nitrosamines. These nitrosamines are actually the ones that help produce the free radicals that damage cells in the body and trigger cancerous processes. So I did well a lot on diet and the fact that we need to measure on vegetable, fruits, and grain, which is actually what was there at the beginning of creation. That what God prescribed in Genesis chapter 1 and verse 29. I also pointed out that for us to stay healthy, we need to imbibe some habits, ensure that you subject yourself to periodic medical checks. Check your blood pressure, check your urine for sugar or protein, check your blood for your blood level. And if you do this on a yearly basis, for instance, you can detect problems early and they can be nipped in the bud before they become major challenges. And so I want to enjoin you all to take your health a lot more seriously. Make sure you measure on the right diet, appropriate for health promotion, and avoid junk foods, reduce your salt intake, because there are complications of untreated hypertension. As a matter of fact, in Nigeria, 30% of the population, adult population, are hypertensive. And of that 30%, only 1/3 of them actually are aware that they have because they don't bother to check their blood pressure. Okay, diabetes is less common. 7% of adult Nigerians are diabetic. And these things tend to run in families. Again, if you consume a lot of salt, it actually increases your risk of developing hypertension. The same way, if you take a lot of refined sugars from soft drinks, biscuits, cakes, and so on, these are things that can predispose you to diabetes. And moreover, if you don't maintain a healthy weight, if you're overweight, it's not a sign of good living. As a matter of fact, it's one of the triggers that can push you towards the development of diabetes. And you see in details of complications we can have from these disease conditions, whether it's heart failure, whether it is stroke, whether it's heart attacks or sudden death. Because some of the things you read about or you are witness, people suddenly dropping dead, in the midst of an activity. It has nothing to do with some spiritual forces or otherwise. It has to do, in many cases, with hypertension that was undiagnosed and untreated. And so I have discussed many of these issues in the PowerPoint slide, and I hope that this will provide you some guidance to understand what was being discussed. It's my prayer that the Lord will grant every one of you good health in Jesus' precious name. Thank you for listening. God bless.